For those of us in the business, this is all about talking, right? Radio's all about talking. But for those people who have to get up in front of a big crowd and give a speech, when you do that the first time, that's probably one of the most traumatic things you get to do, right? You start sweating, you get anxious, you're nervous, but some people are really, really good at it. Well, you're going to hear from one who is. Meet Montreal's Toastmaster. Her name is Nadine Champagne Gundry-White. Just her saying her name could be stressful. We're going to find out from her what she does and how she's become so good at this. Next.
Good evening. It's 6:30. I'm Andrew Brent, and here's what's making news right now. Exactly one CJAD 800.
Nice story today about someone who has mastered the art of making people laugh, or giving a good speech, or doing both, or making a great toast. All things that we kind of take for granted, I guess, but people who are really good at it, yeah, they certainly get noticed. And that's the whole idea, I guess, behind Toastmasters International, which is a nonprofit educational organization that's been operating for almost 100 years. And the idea, through all of its member clubs around the world, is to offer, a program of communication and leadership projects to help people learn the arts of speaking and listening and thinking. And that's exactly what our next guest has done. Nadine Champagne Gundry-White is the humorous speech winner at Toastmasters International this year, and she's on the line. So, hi, Nadine.
Hi, how are you, Aaron?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
I'm sort of curious here because, I've known about Toastmasters. I think most people have probably heard about Toastmasters at one point or another. How did you get involved?
So, I went home for Thanksgiving, and my older sister, was in Toastmasters, Renee Miller. And I said, I'd love to check that out, but I don't have time. And like any good big sister, she says, I hear a lot of excuses. And she was right. So I said, okay, when I get back to Montreal, I will check out a club as soon as I get back. And that's exactly what I did. And I did find my home club, St-Lawrence Club 606. It's one of the oldest clubs in Quebec, and it's still going strong.
So when you say club, explain what goes on at one of these clubs. You go in there, what were you expecting?
Well, I had known a little bit about it. So Toastmasters is a safe place to practice your leadership, as you had mentioned in the introduction. So we have a short business meeting, and then we have something called table topics, which is like improvisations. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. I'm using my table topic skills. I'm not quite sure what you're going to ask.
Right.
I've been practicing. And we have lots of fun with the table topics. And then you normally have 3 prepared speeches. And then you have, for every prepared speech, you have somebody assigned who will give a 2 to 3 minute evaluation of the speech. Now, it might sound painful, an evaluation, but the evaluations are always very positive. And, this is what I loved about your speech, and you did this so well. And if I could give you 1 or 2 suggestions, perhaps next time. They give you some suggestions. So,
But are these all your peers, or are these professional speakers? Who are these people who are giving you the critiques?
Everybody. So anyone can join Toastmasters. We have, you have corporate clubs that are in different companies, and you have clubs all throughout the community. So anybody, any career, everyone can join Toastmasters.
So, but when you joined, I'm trying to understand, did you do this because you thought it might help you with respect to your business, or were you shy when you had to get up and speak in front of people? What was your motivation?
So my motivation, and everyone is different. So I started my career as a pastor, and I hadn't preached in a really long time. So I don't work as a pastor right now. I do ministry as a volunteer. But I hadn't spoken in such a long time, and I wanted an opportunity to practice. And so,
okay.
Yeah.
And so how did you get from that? That's amazing that you used to be a pastor and you just wanted to hone your skills again because it had been so long. How did you get from that to delivering a humorous speech? How did that transition work?
Well, Toastmasters has several contests throughout the year. There's humorous, there's evaluation, and then there's the international speech contest. So in my club, I'm quite fortunate. I have my speech mentor is Italo Magni, and he's competed in the World Championship. He's made it to the world, and he's actually won the humorous speech 4 times, this contest that I won. And I just saw great speakers, and I thought, I want to do that. I want to try humorous speech. I always love making people laugh, and Yeah, it was just a great platform.
Yeah, me too, but I've never gone to Toastmasters. Maybe I should go.
You should. You should come check us out Tuesday nights.
Just to hone, perhaps, my skills here, because it's, I've been doing this for a long time, and you always want to get better.
That's the thing. It's a safe place. When you give a speech at Toastmasters, you're not going to lose that customer or get a poor employee review. It's just a place to practice and improve.
Well, so I'm trying to understand, though, what did you compete in? You competed internationally?
No, I competed, the humorous speech stops at the district. So our district is from, District 61 is from Kingston, Ontario to Rimouski, Quebec. It also includes part of northern New York. So it includes, it's a huge area. It includes 200 clubs, represents 4,000 members.
So that's where you spoke?
Yes, so that was the fourth round of the competition, and it was at the Sheraton in Laval. We had our conference there.
And you won that?
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean, yeah? That's a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Better. All right, so I will ask you, because people now, we're talking sort of all around this, you actually have part of the speech that you delivered. How long was the speech that you actually did deliver?
So the speech, my delivery was about 7 minutes. Toastmasters timing is very important. If your speech is under 4 minutes 30 or over 7 minutes 30, you're disqualified.
Okay.
So you have to practice.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you to read just maybe a minute or 2 minutes of that, because that's all the time we have. Would you mind doing that from the speech you gave?
Do that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here you go. Nadine Champagne Gundry-White.
Imagine a device you could hold in the palm of your hand that would finally help you understand the opposite sex. It's here. Introducing the Help 3000, the world's first woman translator. And for women to help men, to translate men, we offer the adorable Mini Help. Now, it's about half the size because, men don't talk as much. But ladies, it does have a feature you will love. A silent man interpretation scanner. And then in the speech, I tried on someone. So men, what if when you come home from work and you say something to your wife like, honey, how was your day? And she says to you, fine. Oh, not fine. You need the Help 3000. It'll provide you fire extinguishing prompts like, honey, tell me more. How does that make you feel? Does somebody need a hug? And women, when you ask your husband the same question, how was your day? Use the Mini Help. When he says his day was fine, translation, his day was fine. Moving on to personal appearance. When a man asks, honey, how do I look in this? Women, use the Mini Help. Translation of, how do I look in this? Can I wear this in public, please? And men, when a woman asks, how do I look in this?
I know it's coming.
Oh, come on. We can't reveal all our secrets. Men, for that fun answer, you'll have to purchase. Seriously, that one will cost you.
All right. I'm getting where we're going here. That's really, really well done.
Thank you so much.
And that goes on for 7 minutes?
Yep.
So that was about almost 2 minutes there. So I'm dying to know what the end of this is. How does it end?
Well, it's an infomercial. The whole thing is like an infomercial, and I say I see people have their credit cards out ready to order. If you order within the next 20 minutes, we will knock off one of the 72 easy monthly payments.
Got it. All right. Listen, I think that's great. Good for you. And for anybody else who would, and I like that you encourage people to come out there and do exactly what you did, because look what it's done for you and where it's taken you. So if you would like to get involved in Toastmasters, what's the best way to do it?
Just go online, Google Toastmasters, and a webpage will come up. Find a club. There's clubs all over the place. English clubs, French clubs. My club is a bilingual club.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Hey, listen, I thank you so much. Very much appreciated, and keep up the good speeching.
Thank you so much, Eric.
You're welcome. There you go. Winner. District winner. hundreds of clubs. That's her. She's from Montreal. Leslie Robinson's at the CJAD 800 Traffic Center right now.